Donc, ce qui conclut la section environnement. Nous serions rendus au dernier thème de la soirée qui porte sur les réalités anglophones. This question will be read in English. This question has been identified by the Community Learning Center from the New Frontier School Board in collaboration with the Montérégie West Community Network. Anglophone in the Haut-Saint-Laurent represent 34.2% of the population, measuring out to 7,545 individuals. What are some of your strategies that you would implement to be more inclusive to the English expression communities? Alors, first one to speak would be Madame Hébert. Yeah.
La MRC du Haut-Richelieu, riche de sa diversité d'expression, est exemplaire et devrait inspirer d'autres régions. La cohabitation entre la communauté francophone et anglophone est harmonieuse et respectueuse. Il n'est pas rare d'entendre les citoyens passer de l'anglais au français dans la même discussion. Pour moi, la langue n'est pas nécessairement une frontière. C'est pas ce qu'on vit par chez nous. Alors, tous les résidents de notre circonscription rencontrent les mêmes problèmes de la vie quotidienne. La pauvreté, l'isolement, la préoccupation de bien nourrir et de bien loger les siens, c'est pas une question de langue. On peut être très solidaire dans ce sens. Alors, soyez assurés, le caractère spécifique de la MRC au Saint-Laurent sera respecté tel qu'il est prévu selon les différentes lois. Voilà.
Merci. Madame Isabelle?
My career has led me to work in school and university in Quebec, in New Brunswick, and Ontario. I'm of the opinion that Anglophones are well integrated in our community. They contribute to the cultural, economic, and social wealth of all of Quebec. What interests me is to increase les échanges between francophones and anglophones. Par exemple, nous pourrions échanger sur les pratiques éducatives, car je vous rappelle que dans certaines commissions scolaires anglophones, le taux de succès est plus élevé dans ces commissions scolaires-là que chez nos francophones. Alors, when I will be elected, I will form a committee of wise men and women composed of Francophone and English, which will have the mandate to develop programs and events to which members of the two communities will contribute and participate. Cela va contribuer à bonifier davantage nos deux communautés. In closing, I wish to remind you of the Article 1 of the CAQ Constitution. The Coalition Avenir Québec is a modern nationality party which first objective is to ensure the development and prosperity of the Quebec nation within the Canada, tout en défendant avec fierté son autonomie, sa langue, ses valeurs et sa culture.
Merci beaucoup. Monsieur Hodge.
Hi, everyone. Finally, I get the chance to speak in my native language. So as the only Anglophone here representing one of the four major parties, I want to applaud this debate for its unifying approach. Thank you very much to the organizers. Offering answers to all of these questions in the English language and asking this important question about English inclusion is fundamental in a democratic society where Anglophones have historic rights. Some of my neighbors have been here in Quebec for generations, and I hope they will remain in this beautiful place as I myself will. To answer your question, I stand with my spokesperson Manon Massé, who said aptly yesterday in the leaders' debate that a first step would be to listen more. We need to engage in a discussion. What the English-speaking community has been saying for a long time is that it needs to keep its schools and access to health and social services in English, especially for the aging population, for whom French is more of a challenge. It is thus important to safeguard our English school boards and our English services. With Québec Solidaire, we have a vision of a Quebec where unity, inclusion, and diversity are valued, and where people's rights come first. We also think Anglophones, Francophones, and Allophones could all benefit from speaking more languages. or even so the story of two solitudes can become a lesson of the history books. Everyone can agree that we must protect the English community's rights, and everyone can agree that Quebec's place as the bastion of French in North America also needs protection. They are far from being mutually exclusive. I say we listen to Manon, and we listen to each other, so we can move beyond the divisions of the past and look to a future where we can all move forward, hand in hand.
Merci. Monsieur Billette?
Thank you very much for the question. I think it's very important. I'll tell you honestly, I've been living in the district for 47 years. I grew up in Howick, and now I'm in Saint-Ancet. And I've been dealing with English people. People in Quebec ask me, are you speaking English or French with your friends? I don't know. We speak French, sometimes English. It's something we got to be proud of. And to be proud of, we need to work all together. We've been the first government to have a Secretariat for Relations with the English-speaking community. We've been the first one to do it. We had a minister called Cathy Vale. She showed up here. She talked with 100 people from the English community. We visited Hack Center in Huntington. We met with the school board, farmers at Briar Hill Farms. So we went all around the district to know what the needs of the community. And now we have $25 million in the next 6 years. The first projects have been are received right now for we got about $7 million. And I think we can make some very great projects here in the region. And I think that has to come from the region, the people living there, and people staying in the region. That will be very important. And we have to do it with partners. We're lucky here. We have the head office of the CEDEC, the Communauté de Développement Économique, the Communauté Anglophone. We're working with municipalities. We got bilingual municipalities, and about the school boards. There's a question I want to hear tonight. We're going to keep the school board in English. Someone said they're doing a great job. Why do you want to abolish them?
Merci beaucoup. Temps de réaction de 30 secondes, Madame Hébert.
Moi, je n'aime pas les comparaisons. En fait, moi, je suis une fille qui est pour le partage. Dans notre lacole, tantôt, je vous parlais de l'inondation. Ben, je pense qu'on ne s'est pas posé la question si la personne était d'origine anglophone, si c'était anglophone ou francophone. En fait, quand ça a été le temps de travailler ensemble, et c'est ça qui fait notre force dans la circonscription d'Huntington, notre travail, notre communauté, on travaille ensemble.
Merci, Madame Hébert. Madame Elisabeth.
Écoutez, je vais prendre ce 30 secondes pour vous dire, I know my English might not be that good, but I will improve by the end of the first years of my term. I promise you.
C'est votre tour?
That's real shameful. I mean, she had 30 seconds to answer Mr. Billette's question, and she didn't even address it. I mentioned in my first speech that it was absolutely essential to safeguard our school boards. I mean, you may want to replace it with an English system, but you said it yourself that it's a good system that works right now. We're getting good dividends on it. People in school are doing great in the English school system compared to ours, at least. So why would we want to abolish it? And democratic participation is higher in the English school system. So shouldn't we value that democratic citizenship instead of putting it away?
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Billette. 30 secondes.
Aiden's stealing my answers right now. I'll tell you honestly, I've been working with the community. I've been living with your people. Even the kids in Huntington, they all call me Mrs. Paulin's husband because she's been teaching there for 25 years. It's in my roots. It's my heart. I always defend them. The school boards, they'll be coming. They'll be surviving. They're there to stay, to make the good education of all our kids and make sure they have a great life in the district of Haut-Saint-Laurent and Huntington district. Thank you.